What's up, ride lovers? It's another episode of For the Love of Rides, and today we got us an instructional video. I got my wife. Say hello.
Hello.
Jennifer is with us today, and today she's gonna learn how to drive a manual transmission stick shift. So this should be interesting. First off, before we get into it, make sure if y'all like these kind of videos, make sure you subscribe. Go ahead and comment too and share it with your friends. We about to get into it. Save the manuals. All right, so first thing we're gonna do, you make sure you know where all your controls are. You got the clutch pedal.
Okay, that's on the left.
Yeah.
All right.
The brakes.
Okay, same place as the usual brake, right?
In the middle, yeah.
All right.
And the gas pedal.
Okay.
All right, and you got the gear selector here. Are you familiar with the gears?
When I start up, what should I be in, neutral in the middle?
Yes.
And that's what it's in right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's self-explanatory.
All right, and then I go to first.
Mm-hmm.
And then second, third, fourth. Now, what speed should I be at?
You kind of gonna feel it with the car. You're just kind of listening to the car,
Okay.
and then you can watch the tachometer there. Usually, just normal driving, you're probably gonna shift around 2,500, 3,000 RPM. But
Okay.
the tachometer don't always work, so
Okay.
so you mostly just listening to it.
Okay.
All right, so before we start the car, we go talk about the main thing with learning how to drive a stick shift is the friction point of the clutch. So my dad used to call it the 2-second method. Now, it's not actually really a matter of time or 2 seconds, but it is roughly 2 seconds if you got your foot pressing the clutch all the way down. It usually does take roughly 2 seconds to reach from the bottom of where it's pressed all the way down till you hit the friction point. So you can basically say 1001, 1002. That's how my dad used to teach people to drive a stick shift. But really, you're just trying to feel for the friction point as you ease your foot off the clutch.
Okay.
So try pushing the clutch in now. And when you push it, you're going to push it all the way down.
I need to scoot closer. Okay.
All right. So now you're going to start the car. Push in the clutch.
Do I need to hold the brake?
No.
Okay. And just hold the clutch
and turn the key. You don't have the clutch pushed all the way.
Okay.
All right.
Now let go of the clutch?
Yeah, you can let go of the clutch now because it's in neutral.
Okay.
But you got to release the parking brake.
And I don't need to have my foot on the brake or nothing?
The car's not going to go anywhere because we're in neutral. Press the button and lift up on it a little bit.
Okay.
All right. So now, let's start this. All right. So now, what you're gonna do? First off, press the clutch in. It's all the way in.
Yeah.
Now take the gear selector and put it in first. All right, you in first. Now you're gonna start easing off the clutch, and as you ease off the clutch, eventually you're gonna feel the clutch start to bite. That's the friction point.
Okay.
Now hold on a second. Push the clutch all the way back in and take it and put it back in neutral. All right. Yeah, that's neutral.
Okay.
Now you're gonna feel when you start to feel the friction point. You're going to start to give it a little gas. Now, you really don't have to do it right now because we're pretty level.
Okay.
But if we was on like a hill or if to really get the car going, you're going to start giving it gas as you feel the friction point.
Okay. Okay.
So, I need to put the camera phone down. But, so with your clutch foot and the gas foot, as your foot is coming off the clutch, you're going to kind of be like giving it gas with neutral.
Once you get up a certain amount.
Once you feel the friction point.
So it's almost like, what's the friction point? Almost like a sticking thing? Or
You're going to feel it.
not start coming up as easy?
You'll feel it because the car going to start moving. You'll feel the car start moving.
Okay.
It's going to start biting and the engine will actually bog down a little bit. And you have to give it gas so the engine don't stall.
Okay.
Alright, so as you feel the friction point, you're going to hear the car start bogging down a little bit. That was unnecessary.
Okay. Shut up. I almost completely up off the thing though, so why it ain't? I'm still in
Because you're still in neutral. I didn't tell you to put it in gear yet.
Okay.
So when you start easing off the clutch, you're gonna feel the engine. You're gonna feel the engine start bogging down a little bit. You'll hear it, and then but the car is gonna start moving. You'll feel it biting.
Okay.
I did my video. I'm not out of video space. Okay. All right. So let me make sure it's recording.
You need my phone?
I can't tell whether it's recording or not.
You want to stop it and start it back again?
Okay, I think it is.
Foot getting tired from holding the clutch.
All right, my SD card is full. All right, y'all. So check it out. That next set of video, we didn't really get to use. It was completely useless, basically, because even though it recorded fine video-wise, there was no audio. So we basically had to go and shoot another day, today actually. So here's where we get into where we actually get to show her driving the car. All right, you can go ahead and start the car. The lighting is not going to be different in this one because it's brighter outside.
You want me to go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead and start the car.
All right, hold in the clutch, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I might actually bring myself closer to the thing so I got to do the clutch.
Yeah.
My knees are touching now. I still got long thighs. All right. It's hard for me to figure out the best way to get angles. I can let go of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you're gonna move us in neutral. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I can push the clutch down and go to first.
Yeah.
But I don't need to put my hand on the brake.
No.
Alright, I'm in first, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, now I can let go. Oh shoot, what did I do wrong?
You gotta let off the emergency brake.
Can I put it back in neutral up? I gotta put my foot on the clutch to do it first.
It's a good idea. You don't have to do it while the car's not running, but it's
Is
always
that neutral?
yeah. It's
Or is that
good.
forward?
Yeah, that was fourth.
Okay. So
You can let off the emergency brake. You don't have to. You can do that now.
what, let off the brake?
Get emergency brake.
You said I had to bring it up.
Yeah. Pull it up some when you hit the button.
Alright. Push in the clutch. Okay. Now while the clutch is still in, go to first.
Mm-hmm.
First. And then come off it slow. Alright, some car coming, so I'm gonna wait. Small cars today. Alright, so let's let off the clutch. And then you gotta hit the gas in fact, just go off that, right?
Yeah. Now, normally when you're just normal driving, you will give it a little gas.
Mm-hmm. Now, I can let all the way off the clutch.
Yeah.
Alright.
light, can't see anything. Can't really see, but we are driving. Let's see. Can't see out the back window, but the car is moving. Jeez. It's not picking up anything.
You want me to stop?
Yeah, go ahead and stop just to see if I can adjust this camera to pick something.
Now to stop, I hit the brake, right?
Push in the clutch and the brake. You have to push in the clutch and the brake so the car don't cut off.
And then hit the brake.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go up a little bit more. Okay, hit the brake. And now
Take it out of gear. Put it in neutral.
that's neutral.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah.
And now let go of
The clutch.
and the brake.
Yeah, all because, well, I mean, the brake just, because see, this is kind of, it might roll a little bit. So if you start to let off the brake and it start rolling, you just gotta press the brake back down to hold it.
Okay.
All right, so I'm just trying to see if I can get the camera to adjust. Okay, we ready.
Right now I need to put the clutch back down, right? Go back to first.
You push in the clutch and go to first.
That took off faster than I thought. I ain't pressed nothing.
That's because you were easing off the clutch a little faster.
Alright, if I'm gonna touch the brake, I don't need to hit the clutch, right?
You gotta hit the clutch when you brake. If you're gonna stop, you have to hit the clutch so the car don't cut off.
Okay. Now I come off the clutch again.
But you do need to start because you're not giving it gas. You can do that right now while you're just riding around and you're not in traffic or nothing like that, or you're on level ground. You can do that. But if you were on like if you're going up a hill or something, or if you needed to take off faster, you want to give it gas.
And how I kept cutting off last time.
No, because you were letting off too fast and you weren't giving gas.
Like that.
Go ahead, second gear. Clutch in second gear. But see, when you're taking off, giving it gas is when you're taking off. Because just letting it go on idle like that is not always going to be enough to get it going.
Okay.
So you have to basically giving gas is giving it help.
Okay.
You're helping the car get itself going as you let off the clutch.
Oh Lord, it's a whole family walking.
That's where Uncle Ed used to live. All right, go back to the parking space where we started when we come back around. Ooh, look at his furry dog. He kind of look like his dog.
I should have put it into first, shouldn't I?
No.
So now I'm in neutral.
that's like you getting close to the point where it's getting ready to stall and cut off. So you should be giving it a little gas. You're not giving the car enough help. Go to second gear.
Wait till the light turn green unless somebody come up behind me. Okay. I don't know who come around the corner, and I know I'm taking it slow. So what you recording with now? Just the GoPro?
Mm-hmm.
It's about to change.
You can start easing up. You can start inching forward. So ease off and give it gas. That's how you inch forward.
I'm scared I'm gonna cut off.
So check it out, y'all. I wanted to refer back to the original video that didn't have any sound. This is the very first attempt at getting the car going. I'm telling her about easing off the clutch and getting the car moving. I wanted to point this out because you're going to see here in just a moment. This is her very first attempt. She's putting the car in gear and she actually gets the car moving. Very first try. Watch now. Easing off the clutch, a little jerk, but you see that little smile, that smirk of achievement that she has. But yeah, I wanted to point that out and give her a shout out because that was the very first try, and most of the time you don't see people getting it on their first try like that. So good job. So that's about it for this video. I'm actually in front of the laptop right now editing and putting it together for y'all so I can go ahead and post it. But the memory space on the GoPro ran out, so we just cut it right there and went on home. There was more video of us driving up and down the boulevard in the original video, but again, it didn't have any sound, and I'm not even sure if the GoPro, because I was recording with the GoPro too, but I don't even think that footage came out right for some reason. But anyway, it was a little bit of going through the gears. You saw in this video that we went from first to second. We did a little more second to third, which I'm gonna eventually try to get her on the highway so we can get up to highway speeds and all the way to fourth and fifth gear. But we'll see what happens. And then also some downshifting too. I'd like to show y'all some of that. Slowing down, downshifting. I might do a video myself, a little engine braking for anybody who might want to see that. But anyway, I hope you liked it. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, share, send it to your friends, and of course comment too. And we'll catch y'all on the next episode. See y'all later.